What's up, Google fam? I'm Jaggu, and I'm about to pass the phone.
Hi, this is Prateek, and I pass on the phone to someone who's trending on social media.
Hi, I have the Pixel 10 with me, and it's time. Let's get the show started. Your tonight's host is me, featuring, wait for it, the Pixel 10, the Pixel 10 Pro, and the larger than life, the Pixel 10 Pro XL.
And here with us, we have magic AI tools that can erase unwanted objects from your photos. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. 100x zoom shots only possible because of AI.
AI, guys, I knew it. AI is rocking it, man.
And Pixel 10 has IP68 rating.
IP68, I saw this coming. Yeah, yo, the internet is gonna go crazy.
Nah. Let's do it in TechWiser style. Okay, so after covering the Pixel 10 leaks in multiple upcoming videos, Pixel 10 series is finally here. And all those sleepless nights when you would just think TSMC when, this is the time. The Tensor processor is made by TSMC. And if you have noticed recently, Pixel has started to focus on India a lot more. Like they announced same-day repairs and has expanded to about 2,000 plus repair stores across India. In US and Europe, you get 128 GB for the base variant, but in India, it's 256 GB base without the price bump for both Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro. Google has never been this serious about India. Also, by the time this video is out, if you go to Flipkart, the Pixel 10 series is out. The pricing is same as last year, but they have doubled down on discounts and offer this year. Now we have multiple questions like, is the Pixel 10 the best smartphone to buy right now? How good is it against the iPhone 16? What's new with Android 16? Because more or less, the features that you see on the Pixel phone is something that you will see the entire year on other smartphones. And again, the age-old problems. Does the Pixel 10 heat? How's the camera? Overall, has Google fixed the Pixel? We have all the answers. We have been using these phones for a week now. I'm really excited. Prateek, TechWiser, let's click and go. Pixel go. Now, starting with unboxing, Google is keeping it very minimal with their packaging. Now, the thing is, the packaging here is made out of recycled material. Inside the box, you get the phone, a Type-C to Type-C cable, SIM ejector tool, and again, minimal paperwork. Now, in this video, we'll mostly talk about the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro, and wherever necessary, we'll also mention the Pixel 10 Pro XL, because things between the 10 Pro and 10 Pro XL is more or less the same. Now, starting off with the design, Pixel is one of the most recognizable phones today, like this iconic camera bar. You spot it, you know it's a Pixel. The design of the Pixel 10 series looks similar to the Pixel 9 series. The Pixel 10 here has a glossy back, which is a fingerprint magnet, but the 10 and 10 Pro XL has a silky matte glass back. All three models have Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection. Now, interestingly, the side frames here are aluminium with a glossy finish on the 10 Pro and the 10 Pro XL, but on the base Pixel 10, the side frame is matte. Quite a good mix and match. Now, Google's design chief Ivy Ross says the Pixel design changes every 2 to 3 years. So the Pixel 9 and now Pixel 10 has the same design. As per this, the 11 should also look similar. The Pixel 12 will get a redesign, which as per leaks is already in development. Now the colors here are fun. Pixel 10 comes in these colors. Pixel 10 Pro has multiple color variants and this one is called Moonstone. Now again, the in-hand feel is solid. Like I prefer the Pixel 10. It is compact at 6.3 inch. Pixel 10 Pro is taller with slimmer bezels. Pixel Pro XL, that's for people who think Pro Max isn't big enough. All models are IP68 rated. Splashes, dust and accidental sync drops all are fine. Unless you are in Mumbai and then the water is scarier than the drop. Now, flipping to the front, the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro has a compact 6.3 inch display. Now, the Pixel 10 Pro has a slightly high brightness and resolution, whereas the Pixel 10 Pro XL has similar specs to the Pixel 10 Pro, but it's just bigger in size. Now, practically, how bright or better is it than the 9 series, or how better is this than the A phone? Bruh. It's not a big deal. So I played the same 4K HDR video on YouTube. On the 16 Pro Max, 9 Pro XL and the 10 Pro XL, all three phones look bright and punchy. Even if you try to look closely, the difference here is 19-20 ka farak. Even on the base Pixel 10 and iPhone 16, the difference is again 1920. Now I'm daily driving the Pixel 10 and I watched a lot of content on this. Display here is good. Also, they have increased the size of the speaker in this earpiece, so even the audio quality is richer. Now, one thing that bugged me was the bezel sizes on all three models. I felt it could have been slightly less. If you compare the Pixel 10 with the S25, the S25 has a slimmer bezel. Now, this next thing, I'm really glad that someone from the West picked up PWM dimming. It matters because when you use your phone in the dark, which most of us do. Like before sleeping, if you're scrolling reels, the flicker on the screen might strain your eyes. This is a natural problem with OLED screen, which causes headache or sleep issues. So if I keep the Pixel 10 and iPhone 16 in a dark room, you would notice that the iPhone is constantly flickering. Whereas the Pixel 10, it's flickering, but it's quite less. Now I know the frequency is less, it's still flickering a little bit, but hey, they've started at least, so yeah, that's the way. Overall, in display this year, it's a bit brighter, sharper, and with higher PWM dimming on the 10 Pro and 10 Pro XL. Now, another area where pixels are brighter and sharper is software. The Pixel 10 phones are running on the latest Android 16, no heavy skins, no ads, just clean Android, the way Google wants Android to be. Now, one thing that I noticed is Android 16 has way better haptic feedback than last year. Like, obviously, the look is now changed. You get thicker brightness slider, volume slider. The notification shade is more categorized and colorful now, but when you turn up or down the volume, there's a slight haptic feedback. Like when you type, there's a haptic, and when you swipe and delete, there's a different haptic. And in fact, when you tap and open the weather app and it's raining, there's a haptic which simulates rain. Like this is one of the few things that we are not able to show on camera, but this is very close attention to detail. And also when you side swipe, there's a daily hub now. It tells you the weather, some YouTube recommendation, and then there's some relevant questions to ask Gemini. I think this recommendation should get better the more you use your phone. Along with this, Pixel has collaborated with Instagram. So if you upload a low light photo on your story, before posting the story, it will automatically enhance the picture and make it brighter. But the big story this year is also AI. What you guys are expecting, cuts from events of people saying AI? Not anymore, because AI will be the part we'll see most innovation. Take summarize. Say you open a long article about the latest Trump-Putin meeting, pages of political jargon. You just press the power button and share the screen with Gemini. Pixel shrinks it into 2 lines. So you get the gist without needing a degree in geopolitics. Next, if you edit photos in Google Photos, you get this AI enhanced option. So instead of you editing the photo manually, AI would fix the photo for you. If you highlight a person in the photo, it shows the type of edits that can be done, and these options are different for different photos. Next is Camera Coach. This is like a Pixel exclusive AI feature. Just tap on this icon on the top right. It analyzes the scene and it uses AI to generate 3 to 4 shots with scenarios. If you tap on the photo option, it will give you a direction on how to click the photo. And again, once done, you have the perfect photo as per AI. So if you are that one friend who clicks amazing photos of others, but get pure disappointment when they click yours, this might come handy. As of now, in our unit, the features that were shown like the Magic Queue, Live Translate in Call, or the Ask to Edit feature have still not arrived. Now, in terms of software update, the Pixel 10 series will get 7 years of OS and security updates. And if you have been using a Pixel, you know those updates always arrive on time. Now, all that software magic is useless if your phone doesn't last long, which brings me to the battery. Now, the Pixel 10 has a 4970 mAh battery. Pixel 10 Pro drops slightly to 4870 mAh battery, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL stretches it to 5200 mAh battery. Now, the usage here varies quite a lot. Like I was using the Pixel 10 and I was mostly on 5G outdoors, and I was scrolling through reels, taking video calls, binging videos. Pixel 10 gave me around 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. The Pro XL gave a solid 7 to 8 hours. Super impressive. But the Pro landed me around 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. Now the Pixel 10 and 10 Pro do a 30 watt wired charging, 15 watt wireless charging, whereas the Pixel 10 Pro XL can go up to 45 watt wired charging and 25 watt wireless charging. Now the charging numbers are not one of the best, but battery life this year has been solid. And finally, the cool bit, Pixel Snap. Like Google is the first Android phone to add Qi2 charging as well as magnetic charging. So you can snap on accessories like wallets and grip, just like MagSafe. Like about time Pixels joined the party. And I would want to see more Android phones do this. Now, another area where Pixel phones are solid are cameras. This year, the base Pixel 10 sees a drop in megapixels for the main and ultra-wide-angle camera to make space for a new periscope camera. Whereas the 10 Pro and the 10 Pro XL has more or less the same camera specs. We clicked some pictures. The photos from the Pixel 10, well, surprisingly, even in indoor conditions, the photos are bright. Like for this restaurant photo, the scene wasn't this bright. It does misses those hair edges in portrait, but it's fine. Now, the Pixel 10 can zoom up to 20x and the images are usable. Now, there's one thing which has improved quite a lot is skin tone. Like see, I have a screen recording for the other day. On the viewfinder, you would see my skin looks reddish or extreme yellow. But once I've taken the photo, it is now proper. Now, my theory is Google did launch Real Tone 2. They didn't talk much about it. But I think the AI is trying to guess the skin tone and trying to be accurate and consistent in any lighting scenario. Anyways, the end result is the final selfie was how I look in real life. And we tested the skin tone thing with other people in the office. I took side-by-side photos with the iPhone 16 to see which has accurate skin tone. And not enough people talk about this, but when you put iPhone on darker or more Indian skin tones, it tends to yellow them. Rest, iPhone takes warmer colors, whereas Pixel has more cooler tones. Now, we also took some pictures from the 10 Pro and the 10 Pro XL. This year, the 10 Pro and the 10 Pro XL can zoom up to 100x. So this is the photo in 1x and this is in 100x. And if you see it in person, it's crazy good. Overall, the photos are similar to last year. Skin tones are improved this time, whether it is main camera or selfies. And videos have better stabilization even at 5x zoom. We'll have to test the camera a bit further, and that comparison video should be coming in just a few days after this goes live. Now coming to the most awaited part, which you all have been waiting for, performance. Now Pixel 10 series runs on the new Tensor G5 chip. It is built by TSMC this time, not Samsung. And that should mean better efficiency and less heating, right? So this year in India, you only get one variant. 16GB LPDDR5X RAM with 256GB UFS 4.0 storage. Now in terms of benchmark, we ran the Antutu benchmark. So the Pixel 10 scores about 8.73 lakh, but here is the funny thing. Pixel 10 Pro scored about 1.27 million, whereas the Pixel 10 Pro XL scored about 1.25 million. Like, I expected bigger means better heating. Now, jokes aside, the numbers are not chart-topping. Next, we ran CPU throttling. The 10 Pro XL throttled to about 58% after 15 minutes of load, and the 10 and 10 Pro showed similar graph. But this must be improved from last year's Pixel, right? So we compared the 9 Pro XL with the 10 Pro XL on Antutu or 3D Mark. Scores are very close. And funny thing, the 10 Pro XL stats are even a bit lower. So on paper, not a huge jump, but this is what the benchmarks have to say. But is this the same story if we come to real life tasks? So we played Genshin Impact on both. The 9 Pro XL heated up within minutes. The metal frames felt hot. And during fight or scenes where there is too much action, you'll notice frame drops. However, the 10 Pro XL stayed cool for almost 15 minutes. It was comfortable to hold and the gameplay was much smoother. No stutter, no frame drops. Now, the numbers back this too. 9 Pro XL averaged about 50 FPS with stutters. The 10 Pro XL held it at 54 FPS with much better smoothness. And even in day-to-day tasks, like if you're watching YouTube videos or in fact, the entire time I was scrolling reels on mobile data, the Pixel 10 phones don't get that warm like the previous Pixels. So here's the takeaway. Benchmark says Tensor G5 is just as other Pixels, but in real life, it's clearly more efficient, runs cooler, and gives smoother performance for a longer time. And that's what actually matters. You don't buy a phone to run Antutu. So what's the verdict on the Pixel 10 series? See, the Pixel 10 feels like a proper refinement here. Like Google didn't reinvent the wheel, but I feel a lot of the small changes that made older Pixels frustrating is now fixed. Like just using the phone in mobile data, phone heats. Even when you're not using the phone heats because of the network switching. That is completely fixed. Even in heavier tasks, it is staying stable now. Now, coming to the most important part, pricing. See, if you go to Flipkart and see the Pixel 10 series pricing, it stays the same as last year in India. Now, Flipkart has some interesting offers and discounts available, like there's a 7,000 discount on HDFC card, plus there is a 5,000 exchange bonus on Flipkart. So let's say, for example, if your old phone's exchange value is 15,000, with the bonus, it would be now 20,000. So you can get the base Pixel 10 at 53,999, and that's a really good pricing. So to answer the question, did Google fix the Pixel? Kinda yes. They've started taking the baby steps. In the West, it might be even more appreciated, but in India, it's tough cause kind of competition you have in the premium category, that's very neck to neck. Now, credit where due, Google now seems to be a bit serious about the Indian market. Like they have expanded service center, introducing same-day repair, and launching Google Store online in India. And again, to make the Pixels more attractive to more Indians, they need to match up to what the competition is offering currently. And I believe with the Pixel 10, they will be there in an year or two. Let us know in the comments if you want a long-term review of the Pixel 10 or want us to compare the Pixels with S25 or iPhone 16. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.